Leos, welcome to your reading, guys. We're gonna get started. Let's see what your romance angel messages are, and we're gonna use a couple different decks and tarot to clarify what is going on for your first month of the new year. So happy 2023, and your fire energy should be starting to feel like it's coming back. A lot of stuff that's happening is bringing clarity here right now. I feel like whatever your situations have been, if you've been really tired, you're going to start to feel your energy cranking up again. You're going to feel your sexy back. And I know your sexy never left, but you know that there's a whole other level, and all of a sudden you're feeling that level and it's coming in, okay? So first of all, we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So keep making those love offerings. Keep giving yourself that self-love, self-care, because the way you treat yourself, the way you thank and show gratitude in advance or for the people around you, you become blessed with more. And it's coming. Like, I feel like the longer that you're like, oh my God, how much longer do I have to wait? Stop whining. The more you whine, it's like divine time will keep making you wait, right? So I'm sorry, not saying you are, but at the same time, staying optimistic and just knowing that when it arrives, it is going to be worth the wait. It is going to be so much more than what you thought, right? Like, whenever God makes you wait, it's because he's bringing you even more. So I always say, leave room for God. Stay optimistic, hope for the best, but let him show you what extraordinary looks like. So this could be a very massive new relationship, and maybe that's what's asking you to clear more and more space, because the more that you love yourself, right? Like, I feel like there's a bit of deception too, because you're kind of like, it's like you're, I want to almost say like, okay, this is very specific, so this isn't going to be for everybody, I should say, but for whoever this is, please don't go back to someone else who's with someone else. And I feel like you might be really tempted that, like, you miss your chance with someone and they're with someone. Again, no judgment, but if that's what you've been thinking right now, don't. Drop it. Leave it. Let them lay where they lay. Like, I'm not sure. Codependency. I feel like there could be someone here that you might still be really stuck on, or like you feel, or whether that person was taken from you. If someone can take someone, they're not yours. Because if anybody you're with can be with anybody else, can you? If you can, then that's not your person either. But if you are, and I know that there's people who have multiple people dynamics, I'm not speaking to that right now. I'm speaking to like monogamy. That's my faith and belief, and so that's where I sit and stand on this. But I understand that a lot of people have different perceptions and identities with love and who they love and how they love. No disrespect, I love everybody, but I'm only with one. Okay, so attraction here is saying you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Stop and smell the roses. Stop and give yourself this optimistic time right now, maybe even doting on yourself, spoiling yourself, giving to yourself. I feel like that's what's going to help you from being tempted or being deceived, right? Because if you are giving yourself those things, then it's not that it's not special when someone else does, but then you're not easily deceived, or you're not easily played or easily baited, right? Okay, so that's kind of like, because you're not in that, and I'm not saying it's desperation, but sometimes when we're really lacking something, we're settling. And that's why I feel like some of you want to go back to someone, but that would be settling because you're scared of waiting, and the waiting is testing your commitment to you, to what you truly deserve, and you think you can't do better than that person, and you want to be with them, and that's your choice. That's fine. You have free will, and if that's what they choose, great. But if someone has done something in the past that's hurt you, deceived you, or broken you, patterns do repeat, people do change, but habits and behaviors are consistent. So just something you need to know. So there could be some forgiving and learning in the dynamic. If this has been an interruption in your current marriage and you're able to move forward from this and you're able to love each other through this, then that is coming through. Your angels and guides are helping you. But this is also just talking about major healing work. Could be childhood traumas, could be situations that perhaps haven't given you positive examples in your environment. So that does allow for those situations to not be clear. As you release and heal from the past, past, you experience more love in your present moment. So you could be healing past deceptions. You could be healing past circumstances where you weren't truly being yourself. And I feel like by loving yourself at the most highest level and staying in that positive vibration will lift you from here. And that forgiving and that healing only comes when you have granted yourself access to this as you. And that's going to come through here. So let's see what the journey into love messages are, Leo. Let's see what's coming in this new month and this energy right now. So it's also because we had that retrograde energy. Gemini, Virgo energy majorly impacted. So if you have placements in those signs, Mercury ruled houses, of course, are going to be more impacted too, because that Mercury retrograde is what brings back exes. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So someone could be seeing you happy with someone new and they want to be a little temptation to you, and that's sort of where you're learning how to like forgive and heal. Like, no, you know what, I don't want to go for another round of the rodeo. I want to find someone who I can have everything with, and not just, you know, I don't want to just save horses and ride a cowboy kind of thing. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is coming through. We had love at first sight. So for some of you too, it's like while watching you love on yourself, you do attract something just by being yourself. The way you take care of yourself shows people how to take care of you. And that's what's happening here. Now, some of you could be dealing with a dynamic, and this deception is like coming through to let you know, pull me into you. So love at first sight, and there's someone that really truly has like such a strong emotion, and this is like getting lost in that emotion. So just wanting to make sure too that someone isn't just flattering you with like, oh yes, I fell in love at first sight. No, like, do their actions show it? Are they consistent? Like, this is great and easy to get a quick outcome, but you do want someone who is like the song, The Ocean Kisses the Shoreline. It's from Aquaman. It's in here too. So divine masculine does have really strong feelings here too, or again, that energy is coming through because it's such a strong magnetic power. I have plans for us. So this person does truly want to build a future. And I feel like even with the deception here too, this is sort of like someone may have not seen that in a situation, but someone may be holding back their true plans. And it could also be because they want to make sure that you feel the same way. Like if you give me a sign, right? Like staying optimistic about your love life is also like trusting that there will be a person who will be brave enough to tell you. And I always believe in, you know, like romancing, right? Like it's about showing people the affection. It's about giving and expressing that. So some situations, like plans, like this person wants to take you out, wants to surprise you, wants to give you those experiences that allow you to see that love does exist and show you different ways that they can express their love. And it doesn't have to do with spending money on you. It doesn't have to do with being glamorous and you know, materialistic. And I'm not saying that that's not a benefit and bonus, because of course I hope that they can spoil you in the best ways, but may they spoil you with affection. May they spoil you with time. May they spoil you with their love and their energy and their presence in your life. And I'm not saying 24/7, but at the same time, are they showing this in the greatest ways? So there's a lot of healing, Leo, that you are either recovering from this past deception or circumstance that still has you a little crossed, because I feel like, yeah, you're trying to find that beautiful peace within. It's like you're starting to reconnect, and that focus, that time, this healing. I think as well too, you've been manifesting and working really hard. I always say this with the Four Swords, it's the archangels for me. So it's like you've been working with your angel team, you've been working with your spirit guides, you've been working with your faith, your love, your healers, your God, you know, your universal connection right now, ideas, plans, and you've been really helping yourself, because staying in that beautiful vibration helps all of this come in faster. And ironically, while you're doing what you need to do to stay centered and at peace, that's kind of when like this other or new person or the person around you sees that. And I feel like that's what's part of what's bringing them closer to you. Air energy, though, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. You also have Virgo coming through with the Hermit energy. This is really getting into your heart space, because love at first sight is visual, right? But it's the love that lasts when it's deep and it's unconditional. So your heart here is opening up, and it's like that flow of that river with that ocean, right? Like the depths of your emotion here, and it's like leading into this new path. And this person has plans. They want to take you from the shore into this beautiful future, like the journey into the, not into the woods, but also it reminds me of the card that says from my deck that our adventure begins. So there is something powerful about the connection. I was like, if it's at the bottom of the deck, I'm gonna have a moment here. But there's a lot of communication, a lot of passionate expression here, a lot of flirting, a lot of detailed messaging, if you know what I'm saying. And there's also just a lot of expression, because this person is very attracted to you. So there's two ways to be in your head, okay? Being in your mind and manifesting with focus and intention, or feeling stuck and trapped and scared and not knowing what to do. So this is like overthinking, overanalyzing, overdoing something. And that could be part of what is also the healing here, because you are needing to focus on that beautiful light heart space, Leo. Leo rules the heart. Out of all the organs, your heart is what needs you. So you could also be needing to not do that, because that's going to stress you out. I feel like it's starting to also physically affect you, and that could be why this like optimism and healing is coming in here, because you could also be recovering from something. And maybe in a way too, like you've gotten to this place and you're healing your heart, you're forgiving that previous experience, and also letting go of the root of the problem. And sometimes like what is it, the root of all evil? But it's also like, for me, it's the expression of that the devil is in the details. So if you kind of like overthink, over obsess and all this, that's how like the devil keeps you stuck here, in here. Because if you're in here, you're not out here. You're not giving your love. You're not on your path. You're not in your journey, because you're stuck in your head. But if you're stuck in your head planning how to progress, how to communicate, how to move forward, then that's going to allow and give you direction. Okay, so this could be kind of where the deception is sometimes. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on outside. I want to make sure everything's okay. 8 of Swords, moving into this new direction here too. Cancer energy, so Leos, you could be cuspers as well. Fool card, taking this leap of faith, trusting in this new journey, a new cycle. It's like you really truly have emerged. And I feel like it's also like really having the ability to separate yourself from the, like, in your mind. I know this is like beyond slow. This is too slow. So I feel like in many ways you have been waiting for a really long time, kind of like in suspense, even though it's in suspension. But this is Pisces energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, and it's like the offer, the ability, the connection, the gifts, them coming towards you and presenting whatever this pentacle is taking so long, because it could involve a separation. Maybe someone is healing from a divorce, maybe there is distance, or maybe there was a need for time apart. So you could see things throughly, because this can also have to do with that deception, because someone is not seeing things in the right, like there's not a right or wrong way, but you're not seeing each other in the same way. And this can also have to do as well with enlightenment. So maybe one of you is far more spiritually, like I said, like you're a more spiritual person, the way you're connected and attracting things, and you are your person, or maybe you're healing away from this part where you're kind of stuck in that. So let go of anxiety, let go of fear, see and focus the blessings here. And the blue and green to me is always throat chakra and heart chakra. So again, your heart chakra will open when you learn how to express this. And part of forgiving too is also like the deception sometimes can also be the things we don't say. Like you can deceive someone by not being honest, even though you're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but it's still omission, right? You're not telling the full truth. And not everybody can, and it's really hard. That's why, like, I hurt a lot of people's feelings sometimes, because I give you some tough love because the truth hurts. And that's why a lot of people would rather give a white lie, but I don't need your sugar sugar-coated BS. I would rather have the cold hard truth and heal from that than to find out that the whole time it was a deception, right? And this could be exactly what you went through. This could have been what it was that caused you to begin this new journey, that just gave you the strength and the mental fortitude to get all other fortitude so that you can